Let's talk about the beginner board challenge. So we have a function called getUserDetails, and that function receives a user, which is an object. It's clearly an object, right? And that object may have some properties: first name, last name, age, born, whatever, right? So then we want to return the user details. So this is what the board challenge was talking about. And the first thing is why you can clearly see something is not correct, right? We got some error here. So why is this error happening? Correct. Whenever you have or whenever you have and, it expects two operators, right? One on the left and one on the right. So first name or last name or email or what, right? Or that's nothing, right? So either we have something here, in which case the error is gone, technically speaking. We just leave it like that, right? So in this particular case, what will this snippet return and why? Peter, why? Correct. And what if we don't have a first name? Last name. Correct. And what if we don't have a last name? Correct. And what if we don't have an email? Correct. And what if we don't pass any argument? Eugene.
Undefined.
Undefined. Wrong. Osman. False. Wrong. Michael. Nothing. What nothing means? What? Nil, empty string, false, zero, empty object, empty array, empty function. What nothing means? So, wrong. Tom.
It's going to try and find user and not find it. So user and not found. User not object.
So Tom plus Jean error. Right. Right. Let's try that. Correct. Correct. That's an error, right? Why? What's the value of user? Undefined, right? What happened if you got undefined dot whatever? That doesn't make sense, right? You can do empty object dot whatever. That's fine. That's undefined. The property first name doesn't exist as part of that object. That's correct. But undefined dot whatever, that's just type error. That just doesn't make sense, right? And again, fortunately, JavaScript has massively improved in regards to error reporting. Cannot read property first name of undefined. It's clearly telling you that user is undefined. Right? Cool. So I think everybody pretty much understood that. But now I would like to make it a bit more complicated, just to make sure that everyone understood how the OR operator works. So what happened? Get whatever. So it's going to be something as random example, right? So what happened if I do return true or false? Oops. G. Don't know. Wrong. So what true or false returns? True, correct. True or false is either something or something else, right? So this is truthy. If we run this example, it returns true. And what happens if we change the order? False or true?
True.
False or who said false? Mobin. False. Wrong. Right? Whenever you have the OR operator, that means that as soon as any of the elements you are evaluating is truthy, that element will be returned. Right? I'll give you an example. You have two wallets. In one wallet, you have no coins, it's empty. On the other wallet, you have £2. How much money do you have? You have 0 or 2? You have 2, right? Because one of these conditions is evaluated to truthy. Make sense? And what happens if we have true or true? It returns true. That's pretty obvious, right? And what happens if we have Michael or true? So Alex says that returns Michael. That's right. With the OR operator, as soon as one condition is met, when I mean met is evaluated to truthy, and a string that is not empty is clearly evaluated as truthy, then it will return it. This is not even going to be evaluated. This will be ignored, right? So truthy or whatever, it will return the truthy condition. Let's try that. Exactly.
If you change it to an empty string, will it return true?
Okay, that's a good question. If we change it to an empty string, what will this return? True. That's correct. Because this is evaluated to truthy or falsy? Falsy, correct. So then it will check the next one. And what happens if we have empty string or falsy? Or false?
True.
True. So you, optimistically speaking, said true. Wrong.
Oh, okay.
Why true? So you got two conditions. One is falsy and the other one is falsy. Why the result of evaluating? You got 0 coins and you got 0 coins. Why do you eventually say that you have some coins in your wallet?
Before, okay.
So what will this return? False. Yin is right. I hope. Correct. False. Why? Because falsy or whatever, it will return whatever. That's the last thing we can return. There is nothing else on the right. So what happens if we change the order? False or empty string? So Alex said that this should return an empty string. Right. Look, that's correct. That's correct. So the way this works, look. What will this return? And here, correct. Why? Because with the OR operator, it will go to the right until something is truthy. Is this truthy? No. Is this truthy? No. Is this truthy? No, no, no. That one, right? And what happens if you don't have any truthy value? So if you put here nil again, it will return an empty string. Who said that? Alex. Wrong. Who said nil? Marta. Right. Correct. Again, with the OR operator, it will try to find the first truthy value. No, 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 no. What happens if we don't have any truthy value? It will just return the last one. If there are no truthy values, the last one will be returned. right? Does it make sense? I'll suggest you to repeat this exercise. Go to DevTools and start playing around. What happens if I put 1 or 0, 1 or false, 0 or 1, blah, 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 right? And you'll clearly see the result. And what happened? What will this return?
Return true.
Return true. Right. Why?
I don't know. You just flip the false to true.
Correct. So is the first condition evaluated as truthy?
Yep.
Correct. What happened with the next ones?
I think they all individually need to be negated.
Correct. No, the next one will be ignored. As far as one condition is met, the next one will be ignored. You can type whatever you want here. You can type thingies. So what will this return now? True, correct. This is not going even to be evaluated. The way to prove that is you can even type illegal code. You can type, this is wrong, right? This is clearly wrong. That doesn't exist. So in other words, if I return that, that will throw an error. Hopefully. Correct. This is not defined. This is clearly wrong, right? But, however, will this throw an error? Tom. So Tom ignored Marta and Alex, who said no, but Tom said yes. It throws an error. Or is right. So if it returns true, will it throw an error? Yes or no? No. Correct. Exactly. As soon as something is evaluated to truthy, it will be returned, ignoring everything else on the right-hand side. So technically speaking, if that any helps, this is equivalent of doing if no false, return no false. Else, return that thingy, right? This may be easier to follow, right? Because as soon as the condition is met, it will be returned, ignoring everything else underneath. Any question? No? And what happened if we do it on the other with the AND operator? So what happens if we have returns false and true? False. Correct. And if we have true and false? Again, the same thing, right? Correct. With the AND operator, all the expressions should be truthy. As soon as one of the expression is not truthy, then the condition will fail. So let's put another example. What will this return? So Jean said world. Hello, sorry.
No, hello world.
Hello world. And Alex said world. Can you convince each other why one or one the other?
So with AND, if the first one is false, it will be returned. Otherwise, it will return the other one.
That's correct. That's correct. Even though I know that this could be a bit confusing, it's literally the same thing as OR operator, but on the other way around. So if the first element is falsy, it will return it. Because if this is falsy, it doesn't matter what goes on the right, right? It doesn't matter. We want AND, right? So if this is falsy, it will return it. But if this is truthy, it will delegate on the next expression. Okay, I'm okay. So whatever you do, whatever you say, this is the solution, right? So truthy and something else which is also truthy, this will be returned, right? So that should return world. Correct. And hello and false. What will this return? False, correct, because of the same criteria. Truthy and something else, return something else. Exactly. And on the other way around, false and something else. False, correct. If something is falsy, it will skip whatever goes on the right. Right? And now, no false and hello. Correct. Correct. Truthy and something will return something, whatever this is, right? So when is this kind of a strategy any useful? Do you remember one of the coding challenges, which is one of the training? If I remember correctly, we had function A, comma, function B. So then the exercise said, I think it was multiply. We can even simplify it. So we got, instead of function A, value 1 and value 2, right, to make it even simpler. So multiply value 1 and value 2. If value 1 is, if value 2 is not provided, then return value 1. So you tell me how we do that. Return say it again.
Value 2.
Value 2.
Question mark.
Yeah.
Value 1 or value 2.
Value 1.
Multiply by value 2.
Yeah.
Or value 1.
Or value 1. So so that's correct, right? That's obviously correct. So if we pass 3 and 5, it will return 15. But if we just pass 3, right, it just sends the value, right? But thinking about the AND operator, and I'm not wondering whether this is a good example or not. So what happened? Does it make any sense? Maybe not, eh? I'm just doing some coding, some random coding here. So what will this return? The other way around, probably.
What is value?
Yeah, that's wrong. So what will this return? In this case, that as it is. I never said that was a good example, but this is the code we have.
So we have only value 1.
Correct? False.
No, I'm saying they both evaluate false. I wasn't saying it returns false.
Okay? So great. What does return?
False. No, false. Oh,
So
false.
you. False. Wrong.
Oh, fudge. Well, you guys only got one option. Like a reference error?
Reference error. Wrong. Come on, next one. Victor, where is Victor today? Oh yeah, he's very quiet. What happened? Long weekend, eh? Victor. True. Absolutely wrong. So, yin undefined. Right. Why undefined yin? Correct. Correct. Remember what we just explained about the AND operator. So we have A and B. If A is falsy, it will be just returned, right? So what empty string and yin will return? Empty string, correct. because if the first part is falsy, there is nothing else we can do, right? So in that particular case, what's value 2? What? Value 2 is undefined, correct? Because it's undefined. Is undefined truthy or falsy, Victor? It's falsy, of course. Undefined is falsy, right? There is nothing on it. Falsy and whatever. I mean, we can do something illegal here. We can do something crazy. This will explode my computer, right? But I'm confident, I'm relatively confident, that by running this example, that will return undefined. Exactly. Right? So remember, the AND operator only makes sense if all the expressions are truthy. Otherwise, it will abort. It will stop looking at the right-hand side as soon as one of these is falsy, right? And what happened now? Yes, I'm not going to run that, right? Okay, let's change that again, just in case. What will this return? Who said undefined? Alex. Undefined. Wrong. So Jean and Tom said 3. Can you explain that? Value 2. What's value 2?
1.
Is it truthy or falsy? Okay, in that case, we say, okay, I'm okay. So yes, whatever you return, that will be the result, right? So what's the result of multiplying 3 and 1? Correct. That's it.
Can you please understand why value 2 was undefined before you added?
Why value 2 was undefined?
Yes.
Like that.
Yes.
Okay, let's add a breakpoint. Let's try to add a breakpoint. Thank you, Chrome. So, why value 2 is undefined? Can anyone answer, Alex? Correct. How many arguments are we passing, Alex?
1.
Correct.
See that.
So value 1 is free, but value 2, if we add a breakpoint, look, you see on the right? Value 1 is free, but value 2 is undefined. There is nothing on it, right?
If you deleted value 2 from the argument list, what would it return?
Like that.
Like that, yeah.
That's a good question. What do you think, Ray?
What is the first time?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that should throw an error. Why? Because value 2 doesn't exist, right? So, because it doesn't exist, this is falsy, but it's not just falsy, it's erroneous, right? Which is like a very aggressive falsy. So, if we run that, I see return undefined, really? Really? That was a bit unexpected. I was expecting that to throw an error, to be honest. No, yeah, sorry, I didn't run it. Yes, correct. Yeah. So that's an error, right? Because value 2 doesn't exist, right? And what happens if we put value 2 back equals to 1, but then we do that? What will this return?
6.
Why 6?
Because we
Come on, Jin.
because value 2 is equal to 2.
Yep, so
It
we'll...
only takes 1 if it doesn't exist.
Correct.
Default.
Correct. That's the default, right? But if value 2 is provided, then this will never happen, right? So that should return 6. Correct. Right? And finally, what happened? Let's make it a bit more complicated. So again, I strongly recommend you to play with these kind of things, right? So what happens if we do something like that? What will this return? Two. Alex said 2. Right or wrong? Yeah, there is a common understanding that this is correct, and I agree on that. I think Alex is right. Can you explain that, Alex?
So value 1 is true,
Yeah.
which will send us to the next value.
Yeah.
And there we have the OR.
Yep.
It will evaluate first if there is any value 2.
Yep.
And we have the value 2, so it will return the value 2.
Correct. So
It will
that's
never go to value 3.
That's correct. I agree with you, Alex. So that returns 2. And what happens if I pass a nil here? One. Why 1, Tom? Correct. It will return 1 because it's here, right? And what if we remove the default, the initialization of the value? It will return 4. Why 4, Jin? Say it again? Value 3, correct. So the first on the left hand side is value 1 truthy. Yes, it is, right? It's 3. Okay, no problem. Then look at the right hand side. Is value 2 truthy? Falsy, correct. So then we say, okay, I delegate everything into value 3. 4. And what will this return? Hello, correct. Correct. Why hello, Alex? Oh, sorry, I forgot to put it here. Yeah. So why hello? It's correct. Why hello, Alex?
Because value 2 is null, which is falsy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just go on the value 3,
Mm-hmm.
which is true.
Correct. And last question, I promise. What will this return? Osman? Nil. Why nil? Value 1 is true, correct. So then we can delete that if you want, right? So now it's up to this expression, right? So is value 2 truthy or not? It's falsy, correct. So then we move to the right, right? What happened here? So we are narrowing the expression. Value 3, what's value 3? Value 3 is true, correct. So this is truthy, but because it's an expression, truthy and something will return something. So what's value 2? Correct. So that will return nil. Exactly. Any question? No? Okay, cool. So that was it, guys.